Greetings, pathetic humans! This is the Destroyer 229, and welcome to Let's Play Destroy All Humans! My first actual PlayStation game, if you could believe it. Yeah, it seems strange that I've done so much on other consoles, even an Xbox, and yet I don't even own it. But we are going to delve into the realm of Destroy All Humans. Now this game, I've got to tell you, is really fun. There's way too many games out there in which there's like aliens coming down and you have to defend the Earth. This game, you are the alien. And it is fantastic what you can do with this. So, I will be go ahead and starting a new game. And I will go ahead and replace my old file. My oldest one. Dedicated now to this Let's Play.
Hello, friends. Have you ever gazed up into the night sky and wondered at the possibility of life on other planets? What marvelous beings might exist out there, hands extended in friendship, awaiting the moment when we humans take our first tentative steps into space? What tales will be told of that glorious day when we are first contacted by our brothers from beyond the stars?
All systems go, General. 4.
Come on, baby, show us what you got.
3.
What the hell?
2.
What in the blue blazes is that?
1.
No, wait! Stop the countdown!
Incompetent fool. I should never have sent you.
What's shaking, Pox? You look a little, what's the word, constipated.
Let's just say I hope you turn out to be less of an evolutionary dead end than your predecessor.
You lost me.
Shall I tell you a secret? Few of our people know this, but the DNA patterns in our cloning banks are becoming more and more degraded with each new clone.
That's bad, right?
Only if we want to retain our immortality through cloning. Of course it's bad! I sent Crypto-136 in search of a planet we visited many eons ago. A planet seeded with pure Furon DNA. But I lost contact.
Let me get this straight. You sent me, him, Crypto-136, to a hostile planet, and he's disappeared. Maybe captured, maybe even being tortured as we speak.
Well, I wouldn't jump to any conclusion.
I bet you wouldn't. Let me tell you something, Pox. You're a smart cookie. But there's a time for thought, and there's a time for action. And this is one of those times.
Which?
The second one.
Perhaps you're right, 137.
Course I'm right. You kidding me? A cryptosporidium captured by a bunch of monkeys? We gotta go in. We gotta crack some craniums. We gotta rescue me. Him. He's gotta rescue me. I mean, I gotta... Brains, man. When do I get to blow things up?
Patience, Crypto, patience. I take your point. Prepare the mothership.
That's what I'm talking about. So, what's the name of this crummy planet?
Our destination. The planet Earth.
And after that, we finally get to any sort of options. Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now. The first episode, there's a lot of cutscenes. There's a lot of tutorial-esque spot points. It's really only in the first episode that they really lay it down hard. And by first episode, I mean like the first mission. It will be the first episode. Trust me. So if you can get past this, there won't be really too many more tutorial-esque things. But here we have basically our main menu. We have 4 different options we can go to. We can head on over to the archives, where we can see various things, such as... I'm going to probably have to work so much on this episode. We can see B-movies. We could see Furigami, which are basically unlockables. Furon Propaganda, which is like trailers, E3. The Furon Handbook, which are all of the stuff that we have. As well as the Invasion Report, which are basically kind of like a record of what we've done. We have the Hangar, which will take us to our mission. We have Options, which is just basic options. And we have Pox's Lab. In Pox's Lab, you can purchase upgrades to your equipment. We will go into more details when we can actually do something with that. But as for right now... we will actually begin our invasion, starting with Turnip Seed Farm. Destination, Earth. What better way to start our arrival with Earth than with a cutscene?
Orthopox to Cryptosporidium 137. Come in, Cryptosporidium.
Crypto here. How's the view from the safety of the mothership?
Very funny. Let's just say I'm glad I'm up here and you're down there. Loathsome little planet. Now, Crypto, to ensure this invasion runs smoothly, it is imperative we identify the dominant life forms on this world. Those lactating bovoids are likely candidates.
Surely you don't mean those foul-smelling gas bags beyond the fence?
Yes, I'm afraid I do.
But they're covered in nipples.
Now, Cryptosporidium!
You
may look and aim by physically manipulating the right analog stick.
Shut up, Pox.
You can move about the area using the left analog stick.
Shut up, Pox. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to not talk over when anyone is talking, which is gonna prove to be really difficult because people talk a lot in this game, which is sad. Now, anyway, we can move around with the left analog stick. We can move the cam with the right. X is to jump.
You'll be receiving psychokinetic telemetry from the mothership. The data will appear on that area map or as virtual indicators floating above noteworthy creatures and objects in your vicinity.
Shut up, Pox. I can explain this. Just give me a minute. Anyway, hitting X will allow you to jump. Hitting X again will pull out your jetpack. You see those green bars there? That indicates how much thrust we have. You can tap X to put in a slow descent. So that way you won't hurt yourself, because you will take fall damage if you go up too high using the jetpack. There are many other tools that we will have at our disposal, such as jumping over the fence.
life forms via the cortex scan.
I can
Rip the preliterate thoughts from their pathetic little brains.
I can explain it, Pox. You don't have to tell me everything. Meh. Ring around the rosies. Anyway, so yes, we have telekinetic powers. One thing that we have access to is scanning. We can read the minds of any creature that we want, such as that butterfly. No, we can't. We can't actually read the mind of the butterfly. But we can read the minds of cows.
Moo? Primitive, yet profound. Scan another one.
Pox, I think something's wrong with you. Well, you said to scan another one, so let's go ahead and scan another cow, because we're that stupid.
They eat with their mouths. Ugh, I think I'm going to be violently ill. Attention, Earth creature. This planet is now part of the Furon Empire. Your benevolent masters welcome you. At this time, we wish to abduct you for the purpose of scientific research. The procedure will be protracted and invasive. Do you have any objections? Earth creature, I am addressing you. Respond or be vaporized. I don't care how many stomachs you have. I don't have time for this.
Now we get to kill stuff! Awesome!
We Furons have evolved the astounding power of psychokinesis. Target an object or creature, then hold the L1 button. Keep holding, then tap the triangle button to lift the target into the sky.
Aww. So yes, we can actually move stuff with our own mind. Targeting a creature, we can hit triangle to lift them up. Come on. Whoa! One great thing about this game is that it kind of freaks out every now and again, just small things, and it just makes things that much more hilarious. Anyway, we can target something, and hitting triangle, we can lift them up. Hitting square will bring them in closer to us. Circle pushes them out. Hitting triangle will send them flying. Now you see that bar over there on the top left side? Shut up, Pox!
Slam them into the ground.
I have a better idea, but let me explain concentration. Anyway, as you use psychokinetic powers, you will drain your concentration meter. If it reaches 0, then you will be unable to use any psychokinetic powers until it refills on its own. But anyway, we can go ahead and push this cow into the lake. Ah, glorious! Glorious day! Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna try to do some bowling. The thing is, if you just touch the cows, they'll pretty much die. Alright, I gotta aim this. See, like he barely touched the ground and he died. Alright, go for the gold! How did I miss? Seriously, how did I miss that? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Into the ground.
Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Cow tipping.
Martha, you didn't tell me we was having barbecue for dinner. Wait a minute, that ain't steak. That's holy mother. Martha, give me the shotgun.
And now we get guns. As if this game couldn't get any better.
Attention, you do in fact have weapons. Just hold the R1 button. Try it now. Give that puny farmer a taste of the old Zap-o-Matic.
So yes, we have weapons, including... Wow, that was quick. Including the Zap-o-Matic. This is our default weapon. Using it, we can target something. Hitting R1, we can electrocute it. We get lots of other weapons during the course of the game. But anyway, as of right now, we have another psychokinetic ability, and that is brain extraction. The entire purpose of the game is to get as much Furon DNA from human brains as possible. So what we want to do is that we want to target a human. If they're dead, it's much easier to get, but you'll get much less Furon DNA. So just hit circle. Man, I didn't get his brain. What the heck?
Harold, come on back. You gotta see this. They got a talking horse on the TV. I ain't never nothing like Lil Green Spaceman.
I am not green.
That's going to be a running joke throughout the course of the game. Anyway, we have health. Looking at the top right part, we see our shield. That will take blows for us until it is fully depleted. If it is fully depleted, then Crypto can take about a hit or two, but then he will die. Death isn't really that bad because Furons can clone themselves, so it isn't too bad. But it's still best to not die. Like in every other game. He went down easy. Oh man. It's the cops. Run!
Evening, Ms. Turnip Seed. We got a call from Farmer Dixon over the other side of the state road. Said he heard some pretty strange noises coming from over this way. What is that? A new silo?
Crypto! That human law enforcement officer is attempting an unauthorized entry of your spacecraft. If those pea-brains were to get their hands on your quantum deconstructor, they could rip a hole in the space-time continuum. Oh, the furonity. Vaporize them, Crypto!
Interesting enough, the quantum deconstructor is actually much useful later on in the game. But anyway, we now have to electrocute the cops. But the first thing I'm gonna do, target the lady and take her brain. You want to grab as many brains as possible. Trust me, you're going to need to. Ow.
Crypto, my radar shows more units approaching. Hurry to the saucer!
Ah, but it is not only on foot that we can traverse the terrain. We can enter our saucer and take the battle into the sky! Yes, I'm going to be kind of dramatic like this throughout the entire game. Deal with it!
Use your left analog stick to propel the saucer forwards and backwards. And a straight left and right. To turn the saucer, use the right analog stick.
Aw. Well, anyway, we have access to our ship's saucer. Now, the saucer actually has two weapons. Starting off, we have the Abducto Beam. Using it, we can target something on the ground, and we can pick it up. Letting go allows us to throw it. It's pretty simple. Though admittedly, it's probably the most useless weapon in the entire game. Sad because all I can do is just pick something up. But anyway, we have our Death Ray. Using it, we can fire a straight beam of fire to whatever we want. And we can level buildings with this. Much more than what our Zap-o-Matic could do alone. We can truly cause some mayhem with this. This is what eons of war will develop.
Move out, man! Move! Move! Move!
I don't know, but I've been told Joe McCarthy's good at
Oh, great! The human military-industrial complex. We can't allow them to alert their leaders to our presence. Exterminate them! Now!
Open fire!
How did the army get here that quickly? Well, anyway, we now have to deal with the army. Stupid tank. So yes, we have to deal with much more than just simple police and law enforcement. We have to deal with the military. Yes, our ship also has
To
health.
the north in the bushes.
Shut up, Box. Our ship also has health. However, unlike our shields, which regenerate over time, our ship's hull will not regenerate. We have to find health by blowing up certain buildings. So it is a good idea to not get hit when you are in the saucer. Interestingly enough,
The humans are making a final push. Wipe them out once
Tank-
and for all.
Interestingly enough, tanks will actually try to lead you. Like if I constantly head on over this way. Assuming they don't just, See? Kind of like that. I was moving and that tank was somehow able to hit me. The tanks will actually try to lead where you are going. They'll see where you will be and then try to aim accordingly. So, tanks have some pretty good AI. So you have to watch out for that. But they're easy enough to destroy.
Did you see what I saw?
You bet your sweet ass I did. What did you see?
Little green man in a flying saucer wiping out the best infantry unit in the U.S. Army.
Right, good. Me too. Green? Not gray?
Don't be a stiff. You know what it means?
Absolutely. What?
It means the paper's got it right for once. Get on the horn to Silhouette. We've got the worst case scenario.
The eggheads were actually onto something? I don't believe it.
Believe it, Roswell was only the beginning. The invasion is on.
Seems like those guys more than... Let me start that over again. Seems like those guys know more than they should. We should do something about that. But at any rate, we've completed our mission. And after every mission, we'll get this little kind of newspaper cover thing. Basically showing a cover-up for what we did. For instance, here we have cattle mutilation pandemic. Farmer disappears amidst cow abuse allegations. He's dead. But now we kind of have ourselves a little bit of a problem. We need to go and gather some DNA. DNA is required to progress in the story. For some missions, you will need to have a certain amount of DNA before you can move on. DNA is also used for purchasing stuff from Pox, but we won't really get into that until about the third mission. And we also have another weapon, the anal probe. The anal probe, I'll show it off, but it's not really that great. But there's 3 ways that you can go about in collecting DNA. You can either harvest it from brains, going on side missions, or finding probes. Probes are these things. There's a certain amount in every area, and they will give you 75 DNA for each one you find. Now, the anal probe, you have to charge up. Ow. Crap, gotta move. The anal probe, you have to charge up and keep on holding R1. Then when you've locked onto your target, let go, and they will grab their butts as their brain comes out of their head. Really, this isn't the best of weapons. Honestly, I just prefer just targeting a human and just extracting their brain that way. But it is a way that you can get a live person's brain, which will usually contain more DNA than if you just simply kill them. Though killing them will obviously make it very easy to get it. Because some humans, as pretty much like every human with a weapon, you will not be able to extract their brain using your mind. You'll run out of concentration before you can do that. Well, anyway, we have enough DNA to go back to the mothership, but there's a few other things that I want to do. And that's to find 2 different probes. I'm not going to show off where every single probe is. I honestly don't know where they all are. By the way, probe behind the house. I'll try to get as many as I can and as many as I can remember. But did you seriously just respawn? That girl respawned. Holy crap. But anyway, I will not be getting every probe, but I will get as many as I can because they give you 75 DNA, which is a very nice bonus for finding them. So, our third and final probe was the one we saw in the opening cutscene. The one right behind the sign. So now we have 420 DNA. You want to try to get as much as possible because, well, you can then buy more upgrades from Pox when we finally do that. So, it is a very nice idea. Hey, a probe. Okay, so another probe just down the road. Completely forgot this one was here. But that will pretty much do it here at Turnip Seed Farm. Strange thing is, this is the tutorial level. There's lots of probes, but we will never be back here. Ever. Or at least it's not required. So anyway, back to the mothership. And now, after being told that we have a new mission, just so we can finish off the whole tutorial and cutscene type episode, let's end it off on some backstory, courtesy of Orthopox.
Now then, I know what you're thinking. What can I, a lowly novice, do to help bring about the destruction of Earth and the inevitable reign of the Furon Empire? Well, I'll tell you. It was in the earliest days of the Empire we realized our species was doomed. Eons of waging war on inferior races with unregulated atomic weaponry had mutated our genes. We could not propagate due to our complete and utter lack of genitalia. Fortunately, a Furon ship happened upon Earth on its way back from destroying the Martians. Human society was young and nubile. Sailors on a foreign planet, letting off steam, one thing led to another. Long story short, every human being alive today has buried deep in his genetic code a strand of Furon DNA. Over the eons, we've learned to clone ourselves, but with each iteration, the information degrades, and the results are increasingly unpredictable. The Furon genes in humanity's DNA are ancient, uncorrupted. They represent the future of the Furon race. If only we can get at them.
So, TLDR, the Furons are pretty much doomed because due to kind of waging so many wars and using nuclear weapons, they no longer have the means to reproduce. Long ago, some ancient Furon warriors stopped off at Earth, and now every single human has Furon DNA in them. And it is our job to try to gather as much Furon DNA as possible so that we can continue the existence of the Furon race. That's pretty much the entire backstory you really need to know in a nutshell. So anyway, that will do it for this episode. I'm pretty much going to limit the episodes to about a mission an episode. So this episode's going to be a lot longer than most other episodes until...
The name of the game is Destroy All Humans.
Shut up, Pox.
Screw around on the mothership.
Strange, I've never heard him say that before. I guess it's because I've never really stayed on this menu screen for too long. Well, anyway, I'm pretty much going to limit to about one mission an episode, so episodes won't really be this long until probably a bit later on in the game. But, yeah. Next time on Let's Play Destroy All Humans, we will head on over to the hangar and go and visit the next mission, which is in Rockwell. Until then.